Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to my vlog thing. I'm going to call it something different soon. Rambling, I don't know. I did one yesterday. Um, I didn't like it, mainly because the phone fell on the floor, and I had to read. Then I had to do a second part, and I just no didn't like it. So I thought I'd do a new one today, and this one's going to be better anyway because it just will. Um, just in case, just before I start, I've got my tea. All right, so we're good. Um, Today I would like to thank everybody that watched my last video and commented. Awesome, thank you very much. Um, and I would also like to say that if any of you, um, after all this virus thing is over, if any of you feel that you want to get out and maybe get a bit of exercise or whatever, there is a group on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, called Best Foot Forward. You can go. He's a really good guy. He'll teach you to dance, ballroom, Latin, whatever. I don't know if he does break dancing. If you ask him, he might, or pay him enough. I don't know. Um, but it's really good. You get out there, get some exercise. Brilliant. Can't can't big it up enough. Anyway, that's that done. That's my cup of tea sorted when I next see him. Right, today I would like to talk about Saturday morning cartoons. Brilliant. If you're watching this and you're a kid of 80s or 90s, you'll know what I'm on about. I used to love it. I used to wake up, go downstairs, go in the kitchen, make myself a bowl of cereal. Couldn't make myself a cup of tea at this point. Had to wait for some adults to come. But failing that, I'd always ask my mum and dad. Um, and then you turn the telly on. You had to go up and press a button to get your telly on. I think we had at this point that I'm on about, I think we had 3 channels, maybe 4. And you'd sit there and you'd just be mesmerised for at least, for God, hours. On these brilliant shows. You'd have ones on BBC One, you'd have ones on ITV, you'd have ones on, and it'd be brilliant. So you have He-Man, Thundercats, um, He-Man, Thundercats, Transformers. I think Spider-Man. Spider-Man had a cartoon out at that point. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Yeah, it was. It was alright for what it was, but it wasn't. Wasn't as good as the later ones. But we'll get to that another day. Um, yeah, it was just a brilliant, brilliant thing, and yeah, and I remember I used to, if you had to go out that day, I think one day I had to go and have my Holy Communion or something, and I was really annoyed because I missed the end of Godzilla, the Godzilla cartoon, the one with Godzuki. It's brilliant, it was, and yeah, it really annoyed me. But yeah, Saturday's morning TV was just brilliant, and then you'd happily, once that had finished, you'd happily either go out with your friends or go out shopping or whatever with your family and that, and then you come back in time to watch TV later on in the day for Knight Rider or, of course, the A-Team, greatest TV series on earth. Yeah, something about Saturdays. Even now, as a 40, pardon me, year-old man, I still love it. But what I do, if you want a tip, what I do is, for those of you who've got smart TVs or computers stuck into your TV, so you can have YouTube and all whatever else. Um, do yourself a playlist. Saturday morning cartoons. Because then you can just do one after another. Well, you won't have to move. I mean, I've got the DVDs, and they're, some of them are brilliant. Like I've got Mysterious Cities of Gold and other ones, and they're fine. But you want to kind of watch an episode of each different cartoon. So maybe do that. Do the playlist. I did it today. It just come to me. But be careful with YouTube, because sometimes you might record and check the episode out first if I was you, because sometimes when you watch them, they can be like the characters are right up on the screen like that, or they're talking will be really fast. So just check it out. But yeah, maybe do a playlist. And yeah, I used to love it. And I don't know. I mean, I know people say they got rid of them, but there still are cartoons on in the mornings. But I don't think they're, much good. It's weird. I mean, when I was, in the 80s, they had brilliant cartoons on, and I'd watch them all day. Now they're all for kids. Don't really understand that. Wasn't like that in the 80s. Yeah. But 80s TV, I think 80s TV in general was brilliant. I mean, the A-Team, Knight Rider, even, the ones that Street Hawk, that Airwolf. I mean, I wasn't going to talk about Airwolf because season 5, just appalling. Really, really appalling. They got rid of the main actors, replaced them with different actors. They weren't allowed to actually use the actual helicopter, because I think it had some legal reasons, or it crashed or something. And so they had to show bits from the earlier series. And yeah, I just think it's I understand it, because you're trying to make like TV more exciting, and you're trying to revamp a brand or whatever. But yeah, really, it just, I often think of it as an insult to their proper fans, and not just. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of, the last season of the A-Team, if I'm honest. I mean, it was good, but I wasn't really a fan, because it's almost like they stopped doing all the bits that I liked in the first place. I loved the bits when they would build a spaceship out of two matches and a chewing gum. But yeah, I loved all that, but they didn't really do that in the 5th season, so it was a bit of a shame. It's a bit like James Bond in a way. I know they've revamped it now, and they've made it more sort of realistic and reality based, as much as you can with James Bond. But I liked all the over the top and the stupid puns and all that sort of stuff, and the car chases and everything. I don't think you watch films like that for it to be like, like watching, the news or anything. You watch them for, it's meant to be escapism. Do you know what I mean? You're meant to go away from all that. But yeah, it's just, I don't get it. But I mean, there's still the whole, you can still watch the whole back catalogue, so you don't have to watch them. So yeah. So yeah, 80s TV in general was brilliant. I used to love it. Even I remember lunchtime when you were a kid, like you were younger, and you sit there and your mum would plonk you in front of the telly and you'd be watching TV away like that, and Rainbow would come on, and your older sister would turn it over. Yeah, ha! Didn't think I'd go with 80s TV without mentioning that, huh? But yeah, I don't know. I know the country at a whole wasn't brilliant in the 80s, and there was a lot of, trouble, and I think we had and the Prime Minister was an idiot and stuff like that. But um, I think the TV and stuff wise, as a kid, you don't really understand all the stuff that's going on in, on the news or anything. But yeah, I just had a brilliant time. It was just a great decade to be alive, I think. Music wise, movies, Back to the Future, the whole trilogy is my favourite movie of all time ever. Sorry, Endgame, I love you and all that, but still got to be Back to the Future. Yeah, it was just a great time. It was just a great time. And you used to go, like nowadays people, like if you go around someone's house, you wouldn't think about going and knocking on their door. Like you text them, and you have this whole big plan. Sorry. I just thought otherwise it's going to go cold. Yeah, you wouldn't dream about just knocking on someone's door, but back then you used to knock on someone's door and ask if they were there. And if they weren't there, you knew exactly where they were, and you'd go round and knock there instead. Yeah, it was just a fun time. Anyway, next week, I am going to talk about Spider-Man. Yes, the greatest superhero in the world ever. Yeah, I'm that's gonna be a great one. That's gonna be so good. Again, the reason that I'm doing this isn't because, I like looking at myself in the camera, because I really don't. But it's just because I've got all this stuff, this geek stuff and everything, whatever that term geek is, I don't understand it anymore. But someone came up with a great idea, because I said that sometimes you can have plastic people who just pretend to be whatever, and they pretend just to be geeks because they've seen like Iron Man or whatever. Well, a friend of mine came up with the term pleek. Perfect. Plastic geek, pleek. Works for me. So that's it now. If you're a plastic geek, you're a pleek. So yeah. So next week, I'm definitely gonna do Spider-Man. I know. I'm sorry. I completely lost my chain of thought then because I'm coming up with the word pleek. Yeah. I don't understand the term geek anymore. I think it's lost a lot of meaning now. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do Spider-Man next week, and yeah, it'll be good. But yeah, thank you very much if you've watched all the way through this. I'm sorry if it feels like I'm blabbering, but there's just so much going on in my head I have to get out. It's just in there, and I need to do it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care. If anyone watching this from the NHS or key work, anything like that, we love you, we respect you, thank you. It's it's a shame that it's taken something like this for us to have to show you how much admiration we have for you, when we should do it all the time ever anyway. But thank you. You have our respect. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Stay safe. Look after yourself. If you can stay in, brilliant. And if you're bored, just keep watching this. I mean, you know, my views will go up. It'll probably help you sleep. Win-win, eh? Anyway, my tea's getting cold, so I'm going to go. Thank you very much. Take care.